Hello there, this is Victor Santana with Stock Hunters for October 17th, Monday. Now, we're going to talk about investing ideas in this video for the investors here. And just to give you an idea, outlook here, S&P 500, we are now slowly approaching the 100-day simple moving average, which is where I like to use as a line in the sand, as you might say, as determining the breadth of the markets here. Now, keep in mind the 50-day moving average line here as well. Once this crosses over above, it's definitely very good as a trend, but it looks like we're at the beginning part of it. The market is trading between the 150, so you might say we are neutral with a positive bias that we may be breaking out. Uh, Not necessarily soon, but coming into the Christmas rally, we may be up higher. So, in anticipation of all that, we're going to go ahead and look at some sectors as well, real quick here. And let's go look at the major sectors here. And the first thing we're looking at is the bonds. As you can see, the bonds is now trading below the 50, which is that green line, and above the red line, which is the 100. Again, the we it is neutral, and with this 20-day moving average here closing down, it's going to put pressure on the bonds to determine if we're going to if it's going to continue to go down or break above. So right now in bonds we are neutral in this case here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gold. It's not necessarily a sector, but a lot of people like to watch it. And you can see we are between the 100-day moving average and the 50. It's right in between, so we're in the neutral zone here. It's going to try to decide what it's going to want to do, either to continue the rally up or break down. It's been hugging the lower end of it, which is not always the best of things. So just keep an eye on it. Again, I am neutral on this. Let's go ahead and look at the real estate. And with the real estate here, it is still the price action still below the 50 and the 100. So we are still bearish with this sector here. Let's go ahead and look at the telecom sector. As you can see with this telecom sector, it Friday just popped above the 50, and it's between the 100 and now pulled back down. So it looks like it's in the beginning part of it wants to get into the neutral area before considering going up higher possibly. So let's just keep an eye on this. This is pretty too early to tell at the moment, but it's always good to keep an eye on it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the materials. And as you can see with the materials here, also it is just starting at the beginning of breaking above the 50-day moving average, and it's still below the 100 here. So based on today's action, it broke back down, so it's still kind of with a negative bias, but uh, it may find some support down here on this 20, which is that purple line, and then continue to go up higher. So we'll keep an eye on this. It's a little too soon to say we're neutral on this, so just keep an eye on this. Let's go ahead into look at the energy sector. Energy sector here is 2 days now trading above the 50, but still under the 100. So we are now neutral on this for now, and we'll have to just watch and wait on it. And let's look at the next sector, which is the financials. Financials are still on the borderline, trying to get into the neutral zone, but still on the bearish side of things. So keep an eye on that. And now we're going to go into the industrials. And you can see with the industrials here, It is now firmly in the middle, in the neutral zone, as I would call it, under the 100, but above the 50. So we're neutral on this. So we'll keep an eye on this. This is if it was a signal light where green means go, red means stop, and yellow means caution, this is where we are. We are in the yellow zone. Caution meaning that they could either start a new trend up or continue down. Next sector here we're going to look at here is the technology, the strongest sector of them all. As you can see here, here's the 50, and just in 3 days just blasted right through up above the 100. So we are now on the positive tone for this. Now the trick here is once it pulls back, if it could hold the 100 day above the 100 or at least stay in the neutral zone uh, before heading up higher, that's going to be the trick. We're going to look for higher highs and lower lows. So right now it has to prove to us that it's going to stay above, because I've seen too many times it breaks above and then just continues on down from here. So we'll wait and watch. Based on this indicator here, we are oversold, the RSI. MACD here is on the positive side, but the momentum is red. If you could see this little red bar, so the momentum's a little on the downside now. So we'll keep an eye on this here, but definitely this might be the sector going to be leading on the next trend up. Let's go to XLP, which is the consumer staples. And as you can see here, it is on the high end of the neutral zone. It has not confirmed above the 100, meaning that closed above, and then the second day closed above the, the last one. So it closed above here, but today it broke back down, so it has not confirmed. So, but something to keep an eye on now, which is mostly a defensive stock. So we'll see how the market behaves. Now we're looking at the utilities. Utilities has been trading sideways all the way since practically August 24th, and just trade above. Now here's your 100, and here's your 50 right here. It's trading above, so it has more of a positive trend, but just trading sideways right now, you might say, in this channel. So we'll just have to wait. I guess it's just trying to see if the market's gonna trend upward, so this then will pull back. But if the market falls, big money is going to go into more conservative, uh, into the utilities for their dividend stocks and safety, and this will go up. So for now, even though it's above the 100, uh, but based on this trend or this channel, let's call this neutral until we can break above this channel. Then we could consider getting more bullish about this. Next sector, XLV, which is the health sector. Health sector here kind of been lagging. It's under the 100-day moving average. Uh, it is now starting to ride above the 50 here, where the 20 moving average is also uh, coming in, meeting together, which will give it extra support. So the health sector, at least as of the last few days, is we are now neutral on this. So we'll keep an eye on this. And then finally, the last sector will be the services, consumer discretionary. It has gone through the above the 50, above the 100, and now it's on this area here the last 4 days. So we'll keep an eye on this, and since it's oversold here based on this signal, it can pull back down. So it's still a little too premature, so we'll just watch this very carefully. Meanwhile, let's look at three stock ideas for investing. First one, Jazz Pharmaceutical here. I like this because it's above the 100 or above the 50. It did get the pullback and bounced above the 100, and we are getting a what they call cup and handle formation. The cup meaning here, this part here is being the cup, and now we're getting a handle. If we break above this, this could possibly launch into a higher prices here. So we're going to go ahead and put a buy at 45.90. Once if we're triggered in, we're going to put our exit at 40.50, 11.8% on this. Again, on this, put in just a 5% of your risk. If you're more aggressive, you can put 10% of what your trading capital is. So if you get triggered out, you'll be out with a just slightly over 1%. But if you put 5% and you get triggered out, you only lose 0.5% of your trading capital. If I didn't confuse you, hopefully not. But because this is the beginning, and we don't have a trending as far as healthcare, but since this could be a leader, I can continue up. Next one here is ROST stores. I like this one here because it's now gotten above the 100, as you can see here, and got a nice pullback based on this oversold, and didn't really, it stayed within the 100 area, above the 50, and now it's trading up higher. And so we're looking for entry at 85.70. Once we're in it, we'll put a sell stop at 80.94, which is 5.6%. And so I like this. If it breaks above this little resistance area, then it has higher potential of going up higher. And then the last one here that I'm going to want to recommend as an investment is Ultra Salon and Cosmetics fragrances, and I like this one also because it's above now the 100. As you can see here, the 100, and then it got oversold right at the 100. If you look at here, the oversold, so it stayed above it. It didn't collapse, and now it's getting a bounce. So with the potential of going up higher, we'll go at 71.20, and we'll watch and how this plays out. Once triggered in, 64.38 would be your exit, which is a 9.6. So on all three of them, if you're a little more aggressive, put 10% of your capital in this. For the conservative, just put 5% of your capital. Alright, so that's pretty much it for now. I'll keep my eyes open for any more investing ideas, and hopefully we are now seeing the lows and continue on up for the Christmas rally. Till then, take care and see you then.